And welcome back. This is Candace again. Last time when we left off, the messengers were talking about it being our birthright in order to connect with them and learn about energy and bringing those messages back in order to learn. And then I got interrupted by a text message that demanded my attention. And that too was a lesson because they were just talking about we can't really learn in isolation. It doesn't benefit us. It benefits us more if we come back to the real world and we apply what we've learned elsewhere to the day-to-day challenges that we might have. And that is, that's what's important. Um, that way, whatever we're practicing in that neutral zone where there's no judgment, we bring that back with us, and then we practice it in real day-to-day life. It had, I let a couple of days go by, and it was time for me to sit down, and I wanted to pick up on the same thread of thought. So I thought, I'm going to sit down. I actually started a ritual. I had some incense burning, and I sat at the computer, and I just said, okay, I'm ready. I saw this kind of like as an invitation. I'm ready. Let's do this. And then I got a message that said, I said, I'm ready to begin. And they said, but there is no beginning. There is no ending. There is only now. Be within the sweet stillness of this moment, for within this moment is where wisdom resides. And at that time, I just smiled so broadly, and I just found myself automatically taking these very deep breaths. And I realized with each breath that my body just seemed to settle. And it was more like the real me settling, the energy body settling within my physical body. And I realized this was allowing me really to focus and tune into my heart, which is where inner wisdom lies. In the past, I would have never thought of myself as having wisdom, much less inner wisdom. I always thought that wisdom was something that you earned over time, over a long period of time, with hard work and years of practice. But then I thought, practicing what? I didn't know, but wisdom was something other people achieved. It was something unattainable to me, but it was something I could strive for. And as that thought went through my mind, the messenger said, wisdom, my child, is your birthright. So interesting. We did start right off where we had left off before, talking about birthright, but now they're saying that the wisdom is your birthright. So I asked, I said, tell me more. How is this your birthright? What do you mean? And they said, as each human child is born upon the earth plane, they possess inherent qualities. One of those qualities is wisdom. It lies within the heart space, that I do know, for that is the connection to spirit. As your planet continues her evolution, humans begin their instinctual return to wisdom and guidance. They are now in what appears to be chaotic times. Well, I can certainly relate to that. But we say that this is a step in the right direction. This is part of the process of letting go of beliefs that do not serve you. This is a time of revolution. And I'm thinking, revolution? I'm thinking about all the current unrest and protests that we're seeing across the globe, things with the election. I have to agree that there is certainly a lot of unrest and a lot of people are revolting. And then, but I was surprised to hear them say this is the time for revolution. And then they said, our meaning of the word revolution is different from your interpretation. Things are evolving, turning, rotating. They are revolving, a hot revolution around change. As your planet revolves and evolves, a cyclical change occurs. She is returning to a state of higher vibrations, a state of purity. In order to move in this direction, belief systems must evolve. Older beliefs slip away, making room for different beliefs. Many humans may consider these replacement beliefs as newer, but we say they are not new. These replacement beliefs are the result of the uncovering and the discarding of older material. It allows brightness to shine forth. It uncovers your birthright. So I realized that this conversation had circled or revolved back to that topic of birthright. And as I was typing this last sentence, I had a vision. In the dark, I saw this round object, this dark round object begin to spin. Okay. And as it was spinning, it picked up speed. And as it did, it started getting lighter from within. So I could see it pretty clearly now. And the faster it got, it kept discarding these chunks, like flinging them into the ethers. Now, it reminded me of someone who's trying to throw a pot on a potter's wheel. And I've never done that, but I've seen pictures or in the movies. If it's not centered, then all of a sudden these pieces are flying all the way across the room. And I realized this perhaps too was part of the message. You know, as we learn to release our old beliefs, if we stay centered, then we will allow that beauty from within to emerge. We don't want our beliefs just to fling them out anywhere, but remaining in that still centered space, we still have that balance. And then the message continued. A human occupies a physical body, but their non-physical aspect is what enlivens them. It is the center of their guidance system. Humans often go through their life without awareness of their guidance system. The guidance system resides within the heart. It is the point of existence that is shared between the human and our dimension. Now, this is not new information for me. And as I typed these words in, my mind flashed back to some of the very early messages I had, in 2013, 2014. They were talking about what they called were POEs, or point of existence. And I talk about them in this book, The Reluctant Messenger. And they were saying that everything has a POE. Their point of existence is your center. All living animals have it, and actually plants and other things have it as well too, but it is our center, and it's generally, right around the heart space. And how we step outside of our physical realm and start connecting with those on the other side is by expanding this point of existence. And as we expand, then we allow guidance to come in. If you think about perception, for example, if you see an event that's happening, maybe two little kids are playing on a playground, and you look out the door and you see them playing, okay, great. But if you had a different perspective, like from the top of a tree, you could see more about what they were doing and how they were interacting, or maybe what they're playing with. If your perception was even greater. If you were a mile above, you could not only see the little kids playing, but you could see neighborhoods and you could see people around. But the point is, the larger your perception, the greater your perception, the more that you see. And so by learning to expand your awareness, you begin to pick up skills such as sight. Now, this isn't sight with your physical eyes, but sight that is connected with wisdom, sight that is connected with your intuitive nature, and sight that is connected to guidance and to angels. Today, when I look at the points of existence, I realize this all just makes perfect sense. What they're telling me today is bringing these messages full circle. Now, this is maybe a minor example of how releasing older beliefs will make room for wisdom that lies from within. But, I was curious as to why they use the term revolution until I realized, okay, revolving, they're talking about revolution. But I can remember as we evolve and as we discard what doesn't serve us, I can remember the feeling and, some of the experiences that I've had before when my heart would actually start to open. And you can feel this warmth. You can feel there's a glow that occurs. And this is part of your divine spark. It's part of who you truly are. It's part of your essence. And as this divine spark grows and grows, your whole energy body changes and you become literally lighter. This is how people become enlightened. And they spoke such truth when they said that it is through the heart that we can communicate with them. Now, I'm going a little bit off script. I know there's more I want to share with you later, but I'm going to just stop right there. Let's just end with realizing how important our heart is. It connects us to the other side. It connects us to ourselves, our true essence. And whenever you're in a situation and you're I don't know, maybe you're confused about something and you don't know which way to turn. As a psychologist, I always relied on my analytical brain. Should I do this? Should I do that? These are the benefits. These are, I analyzed and overanalyzed everything. What I do now, of course, I still listen to my brain. I have to, but I bring most of that energy back to the center of my being, to the most intelligent organ of the body, which is the heart. And I let that intuitive judgment come from within, because I have found that the heart will never lead you astray. So I'm going to leave on that note. I hope everyone has a great week. Until next time, subscribe, and we'll see you later.